All right, so we're looking at the next problem, problem number 2 for the unit review. So it wants you to find the length of isosceles triangle QRS. So we have QR and S, and it wants you to find the lengths. And so when we look at isosceles, we know that we have side lengths, that two of them that are the same. So we know that side QR is equal to side RS. We could tell because of these little hash marks, those are basically congruent symbols. So we know if QR is equal to 3y minus 1, we know that RS is going to equal to that, and that's equal to y plus 11. So we have an algebraic statement that says 3y minus 1 equals y plus 11. All I did was took the measurement of QR and set it equal to RS, since we know that these two side lengths are the same. Now I'm just going to use algebra to solve, and essentially we want to move the y over to one side of the equal sign. So 3y minus y is 2y, and we have 2y minus 1 equals 11. We want to now move over the numbers to the other side of the equal sign. So we have y by itself, so it's going to be 2y equals 12. Then lastly, we're going to solve for y by dividing by 2, and we have 12 divided by 2 is 6. So y equals 6. That helps us out because now we could find the length of QR, the length of RS, and the length of QS. So we know that QR is equal to 3y minus 1, and all we're going to do now is plug in 6 in for y. So we're going to have 3 times 6, because y equals 6, so we're plugging it in. And we're going to get 3 times 6, which is 18, minus 1. So 18 minus 1 is going to be 17. All right. We're going to do the same thing for the other two sides. So we have y plus 11 equals RS. So we're going to plug in 6 in for y. And we're going to add 11 to that, so we know that it's going to be 17. So we know that QR is 17 and side RS is 17. Now we need to find QS. So we're going to again plug 6 in for y, and we're going to have 4 times 6, which is 24, minus 9. 24 minus 9, doing the math. 4 minus 9, we can't do that, so we're going to borrow. We're going to have 14 minus 9, which is 5. 1 minus 0 is 15. So we know that side QS is equal to 15. So there's a multiple choice solution, and it looks like we're going to have answer A, because A, its multiple choice, had the side lengths of this triangle being 17, 17, and 15. So this is problem 2 for the Unit 8 review. All right, so I'm going to keep going on forward and go to the next problem. All right, so for number 3, we have the problem. It's an algebraic problem. It says find x and the length of each side for triangle WXY, and it says that triangle WXY is an equilateral triangle. So we're going to have an equilateral triangle. I'm going to automatically draw these congruency statements, because that means that no matter what side length we're looking at, it means that they're all equal. So Wx, it says right here, is 6x minus 12. And we have, it says xy is 2x plus 10. And wy is 4x minus 1. And now it wants you to basically, we want to find x and the side lengths. All right. So what we're going to do, if we know that all of these sides are equal, we could just take two sides. I'm just going to take wx and just go 6x minus 12 equals the other side, xy. And I'm going to have 2x plus 10. And it's exactly the same problem type that we just did. So we are going to then get x to one side of the equal sign. So I'm going to subtract 2x to both sides, and we're going to get 6x minus 2x. So that's 4x minus 12 equals 10. All right. So now we have 4x minus 12 equals 10. So what I want to do is I'm going to add 12 to both sides of the equal sign. And I'm going to get 4x equals 10 plus 12. And that's going to give me 22 divided by 4 divided by 4. So x equals 22 divided by 4. So it's going to be about 5 point something. We could leave it as a fraction, but I just want to, at this time, just leave it as a decimal. So that's 5.5. And so if x equals 5.5, we're going to plug that in for wx to solve that side length. So we're going to go 6 times 5.5 minus 12. And that's going to give you the side length for wx. So we have 6 times 5.5, which is equal to 33 minus 12. So that's equal to 21. We know that that side length wx is equal to 21. And I could do that for every single problem, and I'll just give you an example just to do it. But since it's an equilateral triangle, we know that all the side lengths are the same. So all the side lengths should be 21, and they are 21. But I want to just prove it to show you that for xy, we have the 2x plus 10. And I'm going to plug in 5.5 in for x and add 10. So that's going to be 2 times 5.5 is 11 plus 10, so that equals 21. So we have found x. X is equal to 5.5, and each of the side lengths are equal to 21. So that is problem 2 and 3 of your unit review. And I am going to then stop this recording and add some more videos. The next couple videos will have about 4 or 5 problems, but I just want to at least get these two videos up and running and seeing how long of a clip I can actually import into YouTube. So it's a learning process. I don't want to make the video too big, but this is essentially problem 3.